You've always heard that fruits are one of the healthiest things you can eat, right? But what if I told you that some fruits, especially for seniors, could actually be doing more harm than good? That's right. Certain fruits can interfere with medications, spike blood sugar levels, or even cause digestive issues. Stick with me until the end, because avoiding these 5 risky fruits might be the key to a longer, healthier life. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on life-changing health tips. We're here to help you make smarter choices for your well-being, and trust me, this is information you don't want to miss. Plus, by subscribing, you'll be the first to know about our latest videos on nutrition, wellness, and longevity. And here's something to think about. Have you ever eaten a fruit that made you feel worse instead of better? Maybe it upset your stomach or made you feel lightheaded? Drop a comment below and let us know your experience. We love hearing from you, and who knows, your story might help someone else make a healthier choice. Now let's get into the 5 fruits seniors should avoid. Number 1, grapefruit. Sarah had always believed that eating fresh fruits was one of the best things she could do for her health. Every morning she would slice a juicy grapefruit and enjoy its tangy, refreshing taste. It was her little ritual, a burst of citrusy energy to start the day. But what she didn't realize was that this seemingly innocent habit could turn dangerous when mixed with certain medications. One day, Sarah's doctor prescribed her medicine to help control her high blood pressure. She diligently followed the instructions, taking her pills as directed. However, she continued to eat her favorite fruit every morning, unaware that grapefruit could interfere with the way her body processed the medication. It wasn't long before she began to feel lightheaded and weak, as if the world around her was swaying. What Sarah didn't know was that grapefruit contains compounds that affect enzymes in the liver, responsible for breaking down many drugs. Instead of being processed at the right pace, her medication was building up in her bloodstream, making its effects much stronger than intended. This unexpected boost could lead to dangerous side effects. Too much of a blood pressure drug could cause extreme dizziness, fainting, or even a serious drop in blood pressure. But it's not just blood pressure medication that grapefruit interacts with. Cholesterol-lowering drugs, some antidepressants, and even certain painkillers can be affected. In some cases, the consequences can be severe, leading to muscle damage, internal bleeding, or even life-threatening complications. All from something as simple as an innocent morning fruit. Number 2, durian. Durian, often called the king of fruits, is famous for its strong smell and rich, creamy texture. Many people either love it or hate it, but there's no denying that this tropical fruit is packed with nutrients. It contains fiber, vitamins, and minerals that are good for the body. However, while durian has its health benefits, it also comes with risks, especially for seniors with diabetes or heart conditions. One day, an elderly man named Mr. Tan, a lifelong durian lover, who every year during durian season eagerly waits to enjoy his favorite fruit. But as he grew older, his doctor warned him about his rising blood sugar and high blood pressure. One day he decided to ignore the advice and indulge in several pieces of durian. Within hours he felt dizzy, his heart was racing, and his body felt unusually warm. His family had to rush him to the hospital, where the doctor explained that durian's high sugar and fat content had spiked his blood pressure and blood sugar dangerously. Durian is naturally high in natural sugars, which can cause a rapid increase in blood glucose levels. For seniors with diabetes, this can lead to complications such as fatigue, confusion, or even severe conditions like diabetic shock. Unlike other fruits that provide slow-releasing energy, durian's sugar content can overwhelm the body in a short time, making it risky for those struggling to control their blood sugar levels. Another major concern is its fat content. Although durian contains healthy fats, excessive consumption can burden the heart, especially in older adults with cardiovascular issues. Too much fat can lead to cholesterol buildup and increase the risk of heart attacks or strokes. Combined with its ability to raise body heat, eating too much durian can put additional stress on an already weak heart. This doesn't mean seniors should never eat durian. It just means they need to enjoy it wisely. A small portion, eaten occasionally, and balanced with a healthy diet, can still be enjoyed without serious consequences. However, for those with diabetes or heart problems, it's best to consult a doctor before indulging. After all, as delicious as durian is, no fruit is worth risking one's health. Number 3. Lychee. On a warm summer day, Maria sat on her porch, enjoying a bowl of fresh lychees. Their sweet aroma filled the air as she peeled the thin, red skin to reveal the juicy, translucent fruit inside. She had always loved their refreshing taste, reminding her of childhood summers spent under the shade of the old mango tree. But what Maria didn't know was that these little fruits, though delicious, carried a hidden danger, one that could be especially risky for someone like her. Lychee contains a natural compound called hypoglycin, which can cause blood sugar levels to drop drastically. For most people, this isn't a problem, but for seniors, especially those managing diabetes, the effect can be alarming. Maria, who was taking medication to control her blood sugar, was unaware that consuming too many lychees on an empty stomach could push her blood sugar dangerously low. What started as a simple afternoon snack soon turned into something much more serious. As she continued eating, Maria suddenly felt lightheaded. Her hands trembled slightly and her vision blurred. She tried to stand up but felt an overwhelming weakness in her legs. A wave of confusion washed over her. Where was she? Why did everything feel strange? It was as if her mind and body were no longer in sync. She barely managed to call out for help before collapsing onto the porch chair. Luckily, her neighbor, Mr. Patel, had just stepped outside and noticed something was wrong. Rushing over, he found Maria dazed and struggling to speak. Having seen his wife experience similar symptoms before, he quickly brought her a glass of juice to raise her blood sugar. Within minutes, Maria's strength slowly returned, and the fog in her mind began to clear. It was a frightening experience, one that made her realize how important it was to know what she was eating, especially with her condition. From that day on, Maria became more careful with her diet. She still enjoyed lychees, but only in moderation and never on an empty stomach. She also made sure to check with her doctor before adding new foods to her meals. Her experience was a wake-up call, not just for herself, but for others around her. Sometimes even the sweetest things in life can have hidden risks, and knowing them can make all the difference. Number 4, starfruit. James had always been an adventurous eater. At 68, he loved trying exotic fruits, and when he saw bright yellow starfruit at the market, he couldn't resist. The vendor praised its refreshing, citrusy taste, so James bought a few, eager to enjoy something new. That evening, he sliced one up and savored its unique flavor, never suspecting that this small treat could be dangerous for him. A few hours later, he started feeling strange. His hands trembled slightly, and a dull headache set in. At first, he dismissed it as fatigue, but then confusion crept in. He struggled to recall simple things, like where he had left his glasses. His wife grew worried and urged him to rest. But as the night went on, his condition worsened. By morning, he was disoriented and unsteady, prompting an urgent trip to the hospital. Doctors quickly identified the problem. James had been managing kidney disease for years, but he had never heard that starfruit contained harmful neurotoxins. In healthy people, these toxins get filtered out without issue. However, weakened kidneys can't remove them, allowing the toxins to build up in the bloodstream and affect the nervous system. In severe cases, it could even lead to seizures or coma. Shocked, James realized how close he had come to a serious medical emergency. The doctor reassured him that his symptoms would pass with proper treatment, but warned him to avoid starfruit entirely in the future. Even a small amount could trigger dangerous effects again. James felt lucky that he had caught it in time, but he couldn't shake the thought of how easily this could have been much worse. From that day on, James became more cautious about what he ate. He started researching foods that were risky for kidney disease and made sure to consult his doctor before trying anything new. While he still loved exploring different flavors, he now understood that not all fruits were safe for everyone. Some, like starfruit, hid dangers beneath their bright and tempting exterior. Number 5, bananas. Margaret, a lively 72-year-old, had always loved bananas. Every morning she'd slice one into her oatmeal, savoring its creamy sweetness. She believed they were a perfect, healthy choice. After all, bananas are full of vitamins, fiber, and natural energy. But what she didn't know was that her daily banana habit might be putting her health at risk. One day during a routine checkup, her doctor noticed her blood tests showed unusually high potassium levels. Concerned, he asked about her diet. When she mentioned her love for bananas, his expression grew serious. "Margaret, I know bananas are healthy, but too much potassium can be dangerous, especially for someone like you with mild kidney disease." She was taken aback. Could something so simple really be harmful? The doctor explained that when kidneys don't work at full capacity, they struggle to filter excess potassium from the blood. If potassium builds up too much, it can cause irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, and even life-threatening heart problems. For people on potassium-sparing medications, which already keep potassium levels high, eating foods rich in this mineral, like bananas, can push their potassium into dangerous territory. Margaret had never thought about potassium before. She had assumed that healthy always meant safe. But now she understood that some foods, even nutritious ones, needed to be eaten with caution. Instead of eating bananas every day, she worked with her doctor to find alternatives like apples or berries, which were just as delicious but safer for her kidneys. This small change made a big difference. A month later, her potassium levels were back to normal, and she felt better than ever. Margaret still enjoyed bananas occasionally, but now she ate them wisely. Her experience taught her an important lesson. Sometimes even the healthiest foods need to be balanced, especially as we age and our bodies change. To make the best dietary choices, seniors should prioritize fruits that align with their health conditions. Consulting a doctor before making changes to their diet is crucial. If you found this information helpful, share it with your loved ones to help them make better choices for longevity and well-being. Stay informed and stay healthy.